Namaste Gurukulins, I hope you all are fine and safe, and today we are going to start the 10th chapter of EVS. The name of the chapter is the Southern Plateau, and in this chapter we will study about the different parts of the Southern Plateau, and I recommend you people to have Indian map along with you and do study with that so that it may be easy for you people to understand the different parts which are included under the Southern Plateau. So, what is the plateau? Southern means at the southern part of India, and plateau means plateau is a raised mass of land. It is a raised mass of land which has flat, which is flat like a table from the top, and it has the sloping sides. It has a sloping sides. So, this is known as the plateau, and the southern plateau, it is the, basically we call it as the large tableland. So, southern plateau, it is known as the large tableland, and it is divided into basically into two parts. The first part is Central Highland and the second part is the Deccan Plateau. So, it is divided into two parts, the Southern Plateau. It is divided into two parts. The very first one is the Central Highlands, and the second one is the Deccan Plateau. So, these are the two parts of the Southern Plateau, Central Highland and the Deccan Plateau. So, these the Southern Plateau, it lies in the Southern Peninsula. So, it lies in the Southern Peninsula, and it is surrounded at the three sides by the water bodies. And what are these three water bodies? I told you earlier also, these three water bodies are, the first one is Bay of Bengal, the second one is, see, at the east side we have the Bay of Bengal, at the west side we have Arabian Sea, and at the bottom we have the Indian Ocean. At the bottom part we have the Indian Ocean. So, these three sides, they surround the Southern Peninsula, the Southern Plateau. Okay, now this part, the Southern Plateau over the top, it is surrounded by, or it is extended up to some of the states. The name of the states I am telling you. So, it stretches the Deccan Plateau. It stretches its boundaries across the different states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. And so, these states, they are under this Deccan Plateau, and now we will talk about the physical feature of the Southern Plateau. Before moving ahead, I just like to tell you again about this all what we have studied. Don't need to get confused about this. The name is the Southern Plateau, and in this we have studied that it is divided into two parts. The very first part is the Central Highland, and the second one is the Deccan Plateau. Okay, and it lies in the southern part. So, it is surrounded three sides by the water bodies. At one side we have Bay of Bengal, at the other side we have the Arabian Sea, at the bottom we have the Indian Ocean. Fine. So, this is all about it. Now, we will study about the physical features of this Southern Plateau. In physical features, we will study about the different parts, areas which are included under this. So, I am writing it here, the physical features. So what is included in the physical feature of this? Now I am telling you that it is a triangular land of mass. It is a triangular tableland. I told you earlier that it is named as plateau, so it is basically a kind of tableland. So it is a triangular tableland which is divided into two parts by the river Narmada. So it is a triangular tableland. It is divided by the river Narmada. Divided by the river Narmada, and moving ahead I want to tell you that the north of the river, the north part of the river, the above area that is known as the Malwa Plateau, the north part above the river that is known as, means river Narmada, it is dividing it into two parts, further two parts. The above one, the north one is known as Malwa Plateau. It is known as Malwa Plateau, and the second part is known as, this is the first part, the second part is known as the above one of the Narmada river, it is known as the Malwa, and the second one, the south central part, it is known as the south central part or the Telangana Plateau. The second part is known as Telangana Plateau. Okay. So the river Narmada, it is dividing it into two parts. The above part, north part is known as the Malwa Plateau, and the second part is known as central or the Telangana Plateau. The second one is south central or the Telangana Plateau. Fine. There is one also a small part which is lying in the northeast part of it. There is a region, small region, which is known as the Chota Nagpur. At the northeast region there is Chota Nagpur. So these what we are studying, these are the physical features, means physically what are the things included in this southern plateau and what are the parts, areas, mountain regions. So I am telling you all here the name of these all regions. These are included in the physical features. So I told you about the northeast part. It contains what we have named it. It is known as the Chota Nagpur. Fine. And thereafter it is in the northeast part of the Deccan Plateau. Remember it is in the northeast part of the Deccan Plateau. Now the west part. Now it was about the north part, east part, and now we are talking about the west part. The west part of the plateau, it runs a chain of mountain regions. This was about the eastern part. Now I am telling you about the western part. At one side, okay, at the Indian map, this side we have the mountain regions which are known as, it is a chain of mountain. At the west part, at the western part we have chain of mountains. We have chain of mountains which are very famous, and you might have heard the name also. These are known as the Western Ghats. These are known as the Western Ghats. So at the west part we have the chain, the sequence of mountains which are known as these are the continuous chain of mountains which are known as the Western Ghats. Okay, this was about the western part. Okay, and now over the eastern part. At the eastern part also we have the chain of mountains, not the chain of mountains. In the western part we have the chain of mountains which are running continuously, and the eastern part we have small hills we have very small hills. These are known as the, what we call them, these are not in the chains, we call them as the Eastern Ghats. We call them as the Eastern Ghat. It is at the east part. Okay, at the western part we have Western Ghats, and at the east part we have Eastern Ghats, and all together at one point these two ghats meet together, which is known as Nilgiri. So in the Deccan Plateau there are number of rivers which flow over this region. There are number of rivers I am telling you. So the river in the Deccan Plateau we have Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, and these rivers, they are of certain, like we all know that rivers are very useful for the country, but there is a difference between the seasonal river and the continuously flowing rivers. These are the seasonal rivers which I just told you. In the Deccan Plateau we have the rivers like in the rivers like Mahanadi. In the, I told you the rivers like Mahanadi and Godavari. Third is Krishna and Kaveri. Okay, so these rivers, Krishna and Kaveri, these rivers, they originate from the mountains of the Western Ghat. So these all rivers, these are originating from the Western Ghats. Now are you understanding the concept that I told you? There is a difference between these seasonal rivers and the rivers which are flowing right away from the Himalayas. So these are not coming from the snow-capped peaks. These are not coming from the snow-capped peaks, means these are totally dependent upon the monsoon, because after the monsoon when it rains, the water will come into these rivers and these rivers will flow with that water. So these are totally dependent upon the monsoon, these are totally dependent on the rain, and therefore they are called, these rivers are called as the seasonal rivers, because they flow in the season and thereafter they give water to all over the region. Okay, so and while I told you these rivers, they originate from the Western Ghats and they fall into, we know that the rivers which originate from the mountains, finally after running across the lands, the areas throughout the India, they finally they fall into the sea. So finally their final destination is to reach the sea. So when they have to reach the sea, they have different areas. Not all the rivers they fall into the same sea. I told you we have different seas and these different water bodies. So these rivers which originate from the Western Ghat, they end or they fall into the Bay of Bengal. They fall into the Bay of Bengal, and I told you that these are seasonal rivers. So while they before falling into the sea, they form deltas. These rivers, they form deltas. Deltas means sloping areas which are very fertile, very good quality of soil it contains. So these deltas are formed over the Eastern Ghat, because Bay of Bengal lie in the eastern part. Now you got the point. They are originating from the western part and they are going to the eastern part, and before falling into the Bay of Bengal, they form here the deltas in the eastern part. Okay, but one thing you need to remember, that these rivers are only the seasonal rivers and they originate from the Western Ghat and end into the Bay of Bengal. So this was all about the physical feature for today only. In the next video lecture we will discuss the next part. Some of the part is left about the physical features of this southern peninsula or the Deccan Plateau. So the next part we will discuss in the next video lecture. Don't get confused. I know it may be a bit difficult, not a bit difficult, like a new thing for you. So don't get confused in the number of new names or the new things. Just try to locate them over the Indian map and try to remember them. And I told you earlier also, I keep on telling you that this thing increases and this knowledge increases when you discuss or share it with the other people like your parents or your friends or siblings. So thereby when you will be telling all this information to the other person, the knowledge will itself be increased. Okay. So this was all about this video lecture. We will meet in the next video lecture. Till then, namaste.